India is celebrating the 75th anniversary of its Constitution Day. The entire nation is commemorating and marking this momentous occasion with much fanfare and pride. So let's delve into the historical significance and the role of B.R. Ambedkar. Constitution Day, also known as Samvidhan Divas, is celebrated every year on the 26th of November. And this day marks the adoption of the Indian Constitution in 1949 by the Constituent Assembly of India. The Constitution finally took effect on January 26, 1950, when India became a republic. Celebrating Constitution Day is primarily to honor Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and promote awareness of constitutional values, rights and duties. He is known as the father of the Indian Constitution. Dr. Ambedkar chaired the drafting committee of the Constitution and established India as a sovereign, a socialist, secular and democratic republic, guaranteeing its citizens justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. Thus, this day underscores the importance of national unity, fostering unity in justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. After the Government of India Act 1935, there was a need that was felt to have a set of provisions that would mark India as a sovereign democratic republic. Subsequently, a Constituent Assembly was formed in December 1946 with Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the first President of India, as its chairperson. The Assembly had 389 members, including prominent leaders like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. The Assembly met for the first time on the 9th of December 1946 and it was presided by Dr. Prasad. The Assembly then entrusted the onerous task of drafting the Constitution to a committee that was chaired by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar then presented the draft in the Constituent Assembly in 1948 and that draft was adopted after it was deliberated across 11 sessions and for more than 2 years on November 26, 1949 with a few amendments. The Constitution of India finally came into effect on the 26th of January 1950, which is observed as Republic Day ever since. Now let's tell you some interesting facts about our Constitution. The Constitution of India is the longest written constitution in the world, with 1,17,366 words in the English version. At its inception, it had 395 articles and 8 schedules. Each page of the original Constitution was decorated and beautified by the very skilled artists of Shantiniketan, including Nandlal Bose, who's a pioneer of modern Indian art, and his disciple Biohar Ram Manohar Sinha, who had decorated every page of the handwritten Constitution. Now, the original copies of the Constitution of India are preserved in helium-filled cases in the Library of the Parliament of India. It took 2 years, 11 months and 18 days to complete the final draft of our Constitution. The drafting and publishing of the Constitution of India cost 6.4 million rupees then. The first draft of the Constitution saw 2,000 amendments before the final version was adopted. The original copies of the Indian Constitution were handwritten in both Hindi and in English. The preamble of the Indian Constitution outlines its very core values: justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. The Indian Constitution is both rigid and flexible. In fact, it can be amended as needed, with some parts of the Constitution requiring a simple majority and others needing a special majority in Parliament. Another interesting fact is that the Constitution of India was not merely printed or typed. Instead, it was meticulously calligraphed in English by the very skilled hand of Prem Bihari Naren Raizada, using a very graceful flowing italic style. The Hindi version, on the other hand, was masterfully calligraphed by Vasant Krishnan Vaidya. The national emblem of India, along with the Indian Constitution, was adopted on Republic Day, January 26, 1950, which showcases 4 majestic lions standing back to back atop a circular abacus. Symbolizing power, courage, pride and confidence, these Asiatic lions convey the very essence of our nation. Well, over the years, the Constitution has been dragged into the political discourse several times and has also been used as a weapon in politics to being a tool for the judiciary. This book has single-handedly acted as a legislative, the executive and the judiciary as well. Today marks a significant day for every citizen of India. And just how the Constitution protects us, it is the responsibility of every citizen to protect it too.